Hello everyone, it's Sunday. It's a lazy day. Yes, you can see how lazy it is. If I move that side, you can see some background picture I've got going on the TV. Fantastic. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to my live show. I'll talk a little bit about what I'm going to do soon about the live streams, because I don't do too many of them, usually 1 or 2 a month, but I'm still getting charged £33 a month by StreamYard. And I figure if I'm not doing that many of them, then what's the point? Then why don't I just do the live free one? I'll lose all my icons along the top, you know, the welcome to the big Pauly show and all that kind of stuff, but it will save me £33 a month, because if I'm paying £33 a month and only doing 1 or 2 live shows a month, it seems a bit pointless, doesn't it? Yes. Well, what are we doing today? Okay, so it is Sunday. It's just going to be a little bit of a laid back chat, and I'll explain what's going on in the week with some hunting and stuff like that. I have got a video that's going up live about 6 o'clock. Well, I'm not live, but it's going to be an unboxing, basically a couple of packages unboxing, some titles that are due out tomorrow, and a few titles that are actually, or one title that is purchased off Facebook, which I'm having a bit of problem with it at the moment. Yeah, because it's 4K. It's one of the 4Ks, and in the player it's coming up with incompatible product. It's coming up with on the menu. So I'll put the 4K disc in and it says incompatible product. So I don't know. I thought all 4Ks were like region 3. So I don't know if it's something to do with the disc. So I might have to try it on another 4K player. But then the disc got stuck in the player and I couldn't get it out. So I had to turn the player off on the mains and then turn it back on again in order to get the disc out. Yeah, so that's a bit... first time that's ever happened, actually. Very unusual. Anyway, let's get into a little bit of a chat, shall we? We've got a few people here. We've got 43 people here. Fan-bleeding-tastic. I mean, there's nothing else to do on a Sunday afternoon, so why not be here with me? Be here with me. Okay, so let's see who we've got in the chat. So we've got Trekanaut, hello, and welcome. And we also have Bridget. And we also have Mr. Hollyoak as well. Hello, mate. And Sub-Zero is here. It feels like Sub-Zero. It's bloody freezing. Holy crap. And we're nearly in April. Yeah, we are nearly in April. I hope we get bleeding warmer weather soon. We've got, is that Anti 2020? Yeah. Also, StreamYard have done some weird bloody beta thing at the moment, which shrinks all the screen down half the size. So I'm going like that at the comments. So they're doing all sorts of weird crap. Yeah. Butts Unplugged is here. Hello. Yes, it wouldn't be live stream if your butt wasn't unplugged. What's this? Why have I got an arrow pointing downwards? What the hell is going on? Solo layer. They've done all sorts of weird shit on this bloody StreamYard, and it's thrown everything all out of the place. Yeah. How is your music collection going? It's going okay. I bought a few more CDs. I don't tend to be jumping on the vinyl too much because they are expensive. Some of them can be like 50 quid each. Yeah, I haven't bought too much vinyl, so I think I might be just kind of like seeking out some second-hand vinyl in some boot fairs or something. Ryan Vincent is here. Hello, Paula. Ryan says, hi Paul, have you seen Back to the Future 1985 to 1990? Endless times, absolutely. E-Track Studios here. Hi Paulie, hope you're doing well. I bought Blackwater Vampire. Looks pretty good. I'll watch it in the week. It's not too bad, actually. For a crap, cheap budget DVD, it's not too bad. I've seen a hell of a lot worse. Zomzoms is here. Hello. Butts Unplugged says, my friend gave me 3 bags full of DVDs and CDs and a Philips DVD player. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah. I'm not sure about this 4K disc having compatibility problems with my player. It's the first disc I've ever had a compatibility problem. So I'm wondering if it might be the disc itself, because there's some kind of like weird kind of like scratching around the outside of the disc, but I can't feel it. If I scratch it, I can't feel it. So it's a bit weird. And it was sealed. It was factory sealed as well. So I don't know, maybe if it was a defective batch. It cost me 70 quid as well on Facebook. And of course, they don't take returns because it's not purchased from a shop. So if I can't get the disc to work properly, or I have any more problems like that, I'm going to have to probably remove the disc and put in a different disc into the steelbook. One from maybe a UK release. It's a bit awkward because the artwork won't match then. The artwork all matches with all of the movies that are in this one steelbook. Jason is here. Hello. How are you? Okay. What big releases are you picking up this coming week? Well, as you're here right now, you can get a world exclusive. Yes, because this is what's going to be unboxed later on in the video. So I've had this one in. I've had Deep Blue Sea in. Hang on, let's get rid of the banner for now. Yeah, so I've had Deep Blue Sea in from Arrow. There we go. Pretty cool. Nice big thick box. Very good. Yeah, I look forward to actually watching that. Also, I've had in Penguin, the Penguin 4K Steelbook. I've done all these unboxings, so you can see all the unboxings later on. It's a very dark steelbook. That's a very dark steelbook. And what threw me out is that, you know, like on the spine, it doesn't say like season 1. It says Penguin, and then it says the next what? That's too dark in here. The next chapter in the Batman saga or something, or Gotham saga. Yeah, because I expected it to say season 1. So there's that. Moana I shall pick up on the Blu-ray hunt tomorrow. I shall pick that one up. The one that I'm talking about that you'll see the unboxing later on is the Expendables 1 to 4 4K Steelbook. And that's really nice slip. Yeah. I'll see if I can get this out. It's a beautiful steelbook, glossy. And have a look. There's 8 discs. There's 8 discs in this steelbook set, and you've got 4 stacked each side. And it's Expendables. It's Expendables. So there's the disc. All the artwork is pretty much similar. So I don't really want to have to replace it because I'll lose the really good artwork on there. And it's got kind of like, I don't think you're going to be able to pick it up. Have a look around the edges. Around the edge. Hang on. Can I get it? Can you see kind of like a over there? Down there. Can you see kind of like a scratchiness there up the top, just underneath where the L is on live. It's got kind of a scratchiness, and on the opposite side as well. Yeah, so I don't know if it's actually that's having the playback problems. Don't worry about that bit, that's dust in the middle. Oh, now it's smudges. Oh, I just smudged it even more now. That's good. Let's try and clean that. Yeah, that's really smudged it now. Yeah, but yeah, around the edges. So I'm not sure what the problem is. What's the problem? I don't know. As soon as I put the disc in, it said incompatibility problems. But then when I pressed play, it started to play. And I skipped through a couple of chapters, and then it got like stuck halfway. It got stuck halfway, and I couldn't get the disc out. And it just kind of like the whole picture froze, and the machine started making really weird noises, like it was trying to power up or something. So I had to turn the power off at the mains in order to get the disc out. So yeah, it's the most hassle I've had with one bloody 4K or any Blu-ray. So I'm going to try it on my 4K player downstairs, just in case it's something to do with this player. But I've been watching other stuff earlier on, so I don't get it. I don't get what the problem is. It could just be a dodgy disc. And if it's a dodgy disc, there's nothing I can do about it, because, you know, the seller won't take it back. Yeah. And hence, if I replace that disc with like the English expend 4 balls, then none of the artwork is going to match. That's a ponderer, isn't it? Where are we? Jason says, hello, Big Pauly, how are you? What big releases are you picking up this week? Yeah, just done that one. E-Track Studios. It sounds like HMV in Lakeside might close, rumoured from a friend. Lakeside? Oh, I should imagine they do quite a bit of business in Lakeside. The one in Bluewater does. Entity. Hello, Entity. Hey Paul, how's the day been so far? Love the vids you've been putting on. Thank you very much. This is really weird. It's just everything is just so small. I'm having to like almost squint to see everything because of this stupid new beta system. Jim Jam's here. Hello, mate. How you doing? Great to see you on a Sunday. It's Sunday. Yes, it's absolutely Sunday. Ryan has got a Greg's for lunch. Okay. What have you got? Anything interesting? What do you have? What do Greg's do? Well, they do rolls, don't they? Do Greg's do baguettes? They do baguettes, don't they? Yeah, they do baguettes. Or you just having a sausage roll. Entity says log. Anti 2020, how is your Spectrum going? I still got to get one. I got the rubber keyed Wonder Blu-ray. Yeah, that was good. Special edition, well worth it, and it's all because of your review. Yeah, and also the other disc as well. Yeah, I think disc 2 runs for like nearly, I don't know, 2 hours or something. Do you know what? I've only actually had it on twice. I've only actually had the Spectrum plugged in twice because I just haven't had time to hook it all up and everything. So I'm hoping at some point I can get it all hooked up again. Joshua's here. I am from the USA. Well, hello, USA. Whereabouts in the USA are you? E-Tracks. Paulie, do you like martial art movies? Some. I'm not a huge martial arts expert or watcher of movies. I have actually never seen a Bruce Lee movie. I do own Enter the Dragon, so sometime hopefully I'll get to watch that. Yeah, I mean, the only martial arts I've been around really is Jackie Chan and Jet Li. It's a shame for the Expendables. That's absolutely beautiful artwork. Yeah, I don't want to replace that. I don't want to replace it. I don't know. But so it doesn't feel like there's a scratch on the surface of the disc. So in that case, is it something that's underneath the external layer? But and it was all factory sealed. It was brand new. So is it an unfortunate one, or was there a load of batches like it with a load of people having problems? Pestu, is that Pestu? If you could ditch one for the rest of your life, which would it be? Marvel films or Costa Coffee? Well, I could easily ditch Costa Coffee because I could easily go to Greg's or Starbucks. So that's not so much of a problem. Ryan says, "Do you sob?" What do you mean at films? I occasionally have, yes. Andy is here. Hello. Have you seen Opus? Very strange. No. What is Opus? Is it just a film just called Opus? Jim Jam says some nice trade for you this weekend. Yeah. I've also just watched another one of the Criterion films for the Criterion reviews, or Posh Knob, I should say, which will be up beginning of April, or end of March rather. And it might be one that I'm actually going to trade to CEX, but you'll hear all about it when I do the review and all that. Ryan's angry. No, he's laughing. Entity says, are you going to consider expanding your horizons and branching out to look at different boroughs like West Midlands, etc., for Blu-ray hunts? The only problem there is travel-wise. I'd have to go and stay in a hotel for a night or two and then come back. So West Midlands is way out of my borough. We're talking hundreds of miles. What's it got to be? It's got to be about 300 miles or something, or maybe more. So it's not something I can just get in the car, go and do, and then come home. I'm hoping to get further up out of Kent, though, further north, kind of like Tunbridge Wells, kind of like Chatham, that kind of area. But outside of Kent, not at the moment. Not unless I want to stay somewhere. Paul Burns, have you seen the film Ghosted on Apple TV? It was really funny with lots of action and loads of Marvel cameos. Ghosted, you say? Ghosted. No. I don't think I recall hearing about that one. Let's have a look. Ghosted. There it is. Ghosted. Anna de Armas. And is it Chris Evans? Yeah. I remember seeing the poster. I do remember seeing reviews saying it wasn't very good, but I will give it a try. But yeah, it wasn't on my high list to watch. I don't know if this other thing is with Millie Bobby Brown that's come out at the moment, Electric State or something. That's not getting brilliant reviews. But Unplug says, have you seen Love Hurts? No. I was just thinking there's a TV series. I'm sure there was a TV series called that from 80s or 70s, I think. I know what one you mean, though. No, I haven't been to see that one yet. But some places I thought 4K discs are all region free. They're supposed to be. I think there's one or two, maybe, just a very small amount that is region locked. But I think this is more of a compatibility problem because of maybe the disc rather than coding on it. So I definitely will check it on the 4K player downstairs and see what happens there. E-Track says, any news who will be the next James Bond? Oh, that's that old, good old bleeding story again, isn't it? Who's going to be Bond? I don't know. I don't think even James Bond knows who's going to be James Bond. There's so much names being thrown about, though. And it always comes back to Henry Cavill. I don't know. I mean, Henry Cavill auditioned to be Bond. I think he had an audition, I think, before Daniel Craig. Or it could have been even going back as far as Pierce Brosnan. And he was way too young to do it back then. So, I don't know. Don't know. Ryan says, do you gasp and cough? I saw Captain America: A Brave New World. I thought it was just okay, an okay movie. Yeah, it wasn't on the Winter Soldier level or Infinity War or anything like that. It was good entertainment. It was a good film. It just didn't bring anything massively new to the MCU. Auntie says, have you driven over to West Sussex? I've probably gone through West Sussex when we drove down Sussex. I think we might have gone through West Sussex on the way down to the New Forest. I can't remember. Outside of Kent, West Sussex. I'm just trying to think which way I'm going. I'm going that way. So west, it would have been west. We probably would have gone through West Sussex. Ryan says, I'm 21 on March the 27th. Oh, brilliant. Happy birthday for the 27th. 21. Bloody hell. Ryan says, I saw Last Breath yesterday at 3:30 in the Odeon in Epsom. I enjoyed that film. So much so that I saw the documentary as well the other night that it was all based on. And yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a good film. Ricky, wait. Watched Lost Boys last night, 4K Steelbook, awesome movie. Also, you've inspired me to watch some crap DVD. Werewolf and Project. What's that? Werewolves and Project Silence. Great popcorn movie night. Oh, excellent. Ryan says, do you like Deadpool and Wolverine? Yeah, I do. Really enjoyed that film. And I must have seen it probably about 10 times since it came out. I think I saw it 3 times at the cinema, and then the rest, I actually saw it on Disney Plus as well, and then the rest on disc. Big Pauly for the new James Bond. Well, that's my gun. I'll cock it. And here's my shaker, not third. No, I don't think I would ever shake a latte or shake a cappuccino. Ryan says, do you like Borderlands? I'm in the minority. I actually found that film quite fun. And I like the characters in it. Yeah, so I've got the 4K Steelbook for that. I saw that in IMAX. And I enjoyed it, actually. Yeah. I didn't kind of like have to match it against the game because I'd never played the game. Ryan says, do you hate Wicked? I won't say that I hate Wicked. It's just it wasn't for me because there was too much singing in it. Yeah, I know it's a musical. But it was like there were some certain scenes, and it was like one song would end, you'd have like a 5-second breather, and then another song would start. I like to have a little bit of story in between before going into a new song. Yeah. Entity says, as I said in the last stream, I'd hate for Amazon Studios to make it a TV American series or make it an American movie because the dynamic will be completely lost. We're talking about Bond, are we? Yeah. I think they've actually come out and said that Bond, the next Bond, will be a British actor. So because there was speculation that an American actor, I can't remember who, an American actor might be cast, but would have to speak with an English accent. So it would be an English actor. So that's the main thing. Pardon me. Gary's here. Hello. Do you get a lot of thieving in your local Greggs? Not that I know of. Not that I know of. No. Not that I've witnessed myself, anyway. Anti-2020. When you had your car washed the other day, I was trying to work out what make and model it was. How long have you had it, mate? It is a Chevrolet. It is, isn't it? Yes, it's a Chevrolet. It's a Chevrolet Trax, or TRAX. Chevy Trax. I've had it since 2014 when I bought it brand new. It's basically a Vauxhall Mocha, but with a Chevy Trax shell over the top of it. So everything that underneath is pretty much a Vauxhall Mocha. Unfortunately, Chevrolet pulled out of the UK quite a few years ago now, and they pulled out of Europe. That's why I had real bad problems trying to get a new seatbelt. And it on one of my the previous MOT, it got to the point where the seatbelt was so frayed at the bottom where it would rub on my belt buckle on my belt, and it frayed, and it was too dangerous, and it actually failed the MOT. And if I couldn't find a replacement seatbelt, then I'd have to scrap the car. Yeah, so I was phoning around. I phoned Germany to see if we can get a seatbelt from the warehouse over there, and I phoned a couple of Chevrolet dealers here as well. They couldn't find one, and in the end, I think it was eBay. I think I found a brand new one on eBay or some website. I can't quite remember. But they sent it to me. It cost me about 140 quid. So the seatbelt came in. I took it back up to the car garage, and they fitted it in all was good and new. That's the problem. If you've got a car manufacturer and they either pull out or they stop making the vehicles, it becomes harder and harder to get parts for the vehicle. And like I say, it's a Vauxhall Mocha underneath, basically. So I said to her, why can't you just put a Vauxhall Mocha seatbelt? It's all the connections were wrong. So yeah, so I think it was just the base unit that was the Vauxhall Mocha. But yeah, it's all nice and shiny now. I've got my MOT in about a week's time. So this year's MOT. I've had my tax thing through, telling me the increase in my tax is going up. Usually my yearly tax is 30 quid, and it's gone up to £35 a year now. So I'm not too naffed about it. It's only a fiver for a whole year. Whereas when I used to own me Chrysler PT Cruiser, this is probably about 15 years ago. The tax at that time was about 250 quid a year. So God knows what the tax would be on that now. Yeah. So yeah, £35 a year is not bad. I might have to have a tyre replaced because I think it's wearing a bit on the tread on one of the tyres. So I'm preparing myself in case I have to have a new tyre fitted. But yeah, I've had the car since 2014, so just over 11 years now, isn't it? Oh, it'll be 11 years. in the first week of April. It'll be 11 years, first week of April. I don't know if that is a long time to own a car, because they say that the average person owns a car for 4 years and then trades it in or sells it and then buys another one. But I don't know. I don't know what the average age is. Trekanaut said Borderlands was good. People are just so easy pissed these days. It is true. Yeah, I mean, I know they're not top quality, but streaming films. Hang on, I'm going to get rid of that. I'll take the thingy off because it's a little bit distracting in the background. So I'll shut that down. It looks like I've got things growing at my ears. Yeah, streaming movies like this Electric State, you know, they are made for streaming platforms. They're never going to be high quality well, it did cost about 300 million, I think, but they're not going to have the quality of a proper motion picture, you know, written and directed by Steven Spielberg or something like that. But people are really quick to judge it and throw reviews out and say it's absolute crap. And that's the thing. Back in the day when I was growing up through the 80s and the 90s, you found out about a film, you went to the cinema, you watched the film, and that was it. And then you talked about it with your mates. Now it's like, as soon as a film's opened, or even before a film opens, this is crap, don't go and see it. People are kind of like trying to brainwash you. Yeah, so, I mean, no one listens to critics anyway. It's entertaining listening to a critic, but it doesn't make me form my own opinion of what I think about a film. Everybody is crapping all over Snow White. I'm still going to go and see it. I know it's going to have its problems. You know, personally, I was dead against having CGI dwarfs instead of, you know, having live action dwarfs. And also the title, you know, they should still call it Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. As for Rachel Zegler, I've never had a problem with her. I've enjoyed her in the Hunger Games and also, you know, West Side Story and stuff like that. I know she was vocal in critics, you know, criticizing the original film and just saying things like that. But I brush that to one side because that's not speaking of this film. So I'm just going to separate the two films. That, you know, the 1937 film is going to be over there and the new one is going to be over there. So I'm just going to disassociate, because whatever you come out with now is not going to harm the film from 1937. It's not going to do anything to it. So you've still got that film. It's never going to change. This is just a new interpretation of it. And I'm willing to give it a chance. I'll be going to see it first showing on IMAX on Friday. It looks like I might be the only one in the IMAX screen at the moment. Funny thing is, though, when I looked at the IMAX and the regular seats for like the 7 o'clock performance on a Friday night, there was like 2 people, one person in each screen. What other big blockbuster film, that new release that comes out where you only get like one person in a screen on like 7 o'clock on an opening night? It's usually packed. So yeah, I think the main thing is that a lot of people are gonna, because they've heard the, you know, the backlash and everything, they're gonna just wait for it to come on Disney Plus. But I want to see it on a big screen. I just want to see it on a big screen on the IMAX. I mean, my review will be up Friday afternoon anyway, so it's either going to be a happy face or it's going to be an angry, sad face. Oh, dear me. Back in the 1990s, they made mini-series called Good Rockin' Tonight, starring Michael St. Gerard. I hope they bring it out on release. It's about time. I thought they would have when Austin Butler's came out. Okay, Good Rockin' Tonight. I don't think I've heard of that. It's about Elvis, is it? Is it about Elvis? I suppose it must be about Elvis. I picked up Transformers the movie 1987. That's pretty cool on Blu-ray, remastered in CEX for a tenner. But it turns out it's basically a 4K because on the back it's experienced the first generation in UHD. So what did they do? What did they put the? Did they put the wrong disc in the packet or something in the box? Or is it just a remastered and they priced it wrong in CEX? Richard DVD Bomber, is that? Hello. Hi, buddy. I agree with you. Wicked was just okay. Felt far too long. It looked good. It looks absolutely fantastic. And I should imagine anybody playing the 4K at home and that will be absolutely blown away by the look of it. And, you know, they used a lot of practical sets, built huge practical sets and everything. The songs just didn't resonate with me. You know, if the film had more memorable songs for me, like, for instance, the Greatest Showman, then it probably would have been my film of the year. And I would have wanted song after song after song. It was just too musical for me. Oh dear. Ryan says, what is your favourite movies from 1998 to 2016? That's a bit of a gap, isn't it? Bloody hell. I can't do that. Oh my god. Films in between. I mean, there's going to be things like Gladiator and Titanic, or was Titanic 97? Star Trek First Contact. Yeah, that's too much of a big gap, I think. Do you have a tattoo? No. No, I don't actually. No, not a tattoo. Not a single tattoo. I had thought about having a tattoo along here that lots of dotted lines that says "cut here," a bit like in Con Air. Yeah. Or having one on my knob that says, "This does get big." No, I've got a tattoo. Jason says, I have always been more used to seeing my favourite actors and actresses on the big screen than watch them in TV shows, spin-off series from movies, which I'm not used to as usual these days. Yeah. That's the thing about Star Wars. I know Richard Hollyoak feels the same way as about Star Wars, that they belong on the big screen. And you should have like a Star Wars event, you know, every year or every couple of years. You'll be able to go and see this massive expansion of this galaxy and far, far away, and spaceships and an adventure on the big screen. But I've got to say, the TV shows have been good for me. I have enjoyed many of the TV shows. Ahsoka. I enjoyed the Book of Boba. I did. I'm one of the few that actually enjoyed it, and the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So it allows us to expand and explore more of the Star Wars universe on a lower budget and a self-contained little story that runs over like 8 episodes, rather than having to wait 4 or 5 years for a big film. So I think they can still keep the Star Wars series going on Disney Plus, because they can do all these weird characters, maybe spin-off characters or different parts, you know, like they've done with Skeleton Crew, which I thought was really good. But also keep the Star Wars big films to, you know, the cinema. Luke's World of Movies and TVs here. Hello, mate. Have you been watching Daredevil Born Again? I'm enjoying it so far. I have. I actually, before it came on, I binge watched the first 3 seasons again. And because I'd never seen the third series, you know, when it was first on Netflix, and I got to like end of series 2, and that was it. I never did the third series when it came on, and I really enjoyed the third series. I thought it was really good. It was a bit of a change. It's been a bit of a change going into Born Again though, with Fisk and where he is now. He's a lot more mellowed, and you know, you can actually argue with him, and he won't punch you in the face repeatedly. But Foggy, that was the big shock. I mean, I don't know if it was a good idea or if it was a really bad move. So I don't know. I know this series is going to be focusing on Daredevil and also Fisk, but we still got Karen. But Foggy, I don't know the logic of why they did that. So I don't know. But I am enjoying it. We're only 3 episodes in. But yeah, episode 3 was really good, the court case one. And then we got that shocker of an ending. Damn it. Darius Creates. What do you think was your funniest video? 2 come to mind. There was the girls. Was it the girls' day out? First appearance by Pauline with her long black hair with Lou and Claire. I think we went to see. Was it a film called You're Pretty or something? I'm So Pretty, something like that. I think it might be Amy Schumer. I can't remember. Yeah, it was that one. And also, what was the other one? I think it was the first time I did those horrible sweets near Christmas. I think it was near Christmas, and I had like boobies and that I was eating, and I'm a celebrity, get me out of here, dried cockroaches and stuff like that. I think they were 2 that I remember that were quite funny, quite funny and hilarious. The irony being that Fleming based the books on his encounters with the formation of the SAS during World War II, in particular the likes of Paddy Mayne, who was Northern Irish, not English. Okay, there you go. But I assume at the time having a Northern Irish hero would have not been allowed in England. Yeah, that might have been walking the line a bit. Interesting though. Bond could have been Northern Irish. Could he now though? Would they do that? Would they? I mean, Sean Connery was Scottish, but you never really got a Scottish accent. You know, it wasn't Billy Connolly. He wasn't talking like Billy Connolly. And isn't Pierce Brosnan? Isn't he Welsh? I think he might be Welsh. I'm not sure, but the accents don't come across. So you can be from anywhere in the UK, but you've got to speak with kind of like a UK, a British accent. Brosnan, closest we got to that. Is Brosnan? Is Pierce Brosnan from Ireland then? Is he Irish or is he Welsh? I thought he was Welsh. Or am I thinking one of the other Bonds? I can't remember. Jason Statham for Bond. I don't know. I can't see it myself. The Gorge was awesome. Actually, one of my favourite movies now, which is rare for modern films. That was a straight to streaming movie. And yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting when they got down in the Gorge. I was expecting something else. Personally, I was expecting them, when you first heard that roar at the beginning coming from the Gorge, I was expecting when they got down there, it would be like 60 million years ago at the center of the earth, and it would be like that kind of thing with all dinosaurs roaming and that. But it was a bit of an interesting twist. But yeah, it wasn't a bad streaming movie. That wasn't a bad streaming movie. Good performances as well. I know it would be cool, but Bond is eccentric, a pompous. Is that tit or twat? Twat, if you would say so. Jason Statham's more good for a part in a gangster film or something of the sort. Yeah. Just think though, Danny Dyer as Bond. That is actually something I'd like to see. Ryan says, I apologise, and this is ridiculous, and this is embarrassing. What is? Paul says, you probably want an after with more hair. Eh? A Doctor Who the Doctor Who Don. A lot of streaming films, particularly through the pandemic, if they had gone to cinemas, would be a lot better received. Probably, yeah. Daniel Craig knocked Bond out of the ballpark, and he was bald. Bald? No, Daniel Craig's not bald. Yes, mate, I am. I'm actually going to do it. Yes. Is it a film that I was really looking forward to? One of my most anticipated films of the year. I don't think so. I did like the trailer, and I think for me it's more nostalgia because the original 37 Snow White was the very first film I ever saw. My mum took me to the cinema, I think, when I was about three or four. Of course, I have no memory of it. I just remember her telling me that she took me to the cinema to see it. So, the very first film I ever saw. This is not going to be like it, but I am curious and intrigued at how the finished film is going to be, and if the performances are going to be any good. Yeah, like I say, I'll always give a film a chance. Even if 7 billion people say it's crap, I'll still give it a chance. I do think it's gonna bomb dramatically. Looking at these box office and looking at the amount of tickets that have already been booked for the next coming weekend, it's gonna. Oh my god! I mean, opening weekend will probably be like £1.50, which is so unfortunate. The thing with Snow White is that the only marketing I've seen for it is on Disney Plus. I have the ad tier. They just don't seem to be marketing it very well. The only real marketing I've seen is when I'm driving through Dover, a couple of bus shelters have got the poster on it. That's basically it. But against all odds, they are actually coming out with all the popcorn buckets and the drinks containers. Even Jamie Powell's picked up a couple. He's picked up the actual cup and also the large popcorn bucket. And that's Odeon. So I don't know what Cineworld are going to have, or if View are going to have anything, because I haven't seen any of their Twitter pages advertising it. But then again, they're not going to sell a huge amount, I don't think. Because I know this version of Snow White is going to be a film that a lot of kids maybe want to see. That maybe they haven't seen the original 37 film, or maybe they just want to go and see it. They just want to go and see it because they've seen the trailer for the new one. But I don't think a lot of parents are going to be taking their kids to see it because of how quickly it's going to come onto Disney Plus. Because it would cost probably 50 quid for a family of four, maybe, to go to the cinema, maybe more. Throw in popcorn, drinks, and all that and you could be lucky if you come away with change from 100 quid. Whereas in like 90, not even 90 days, about 45 days, isn't it? I think it's 45 days to stream in. And it'll be on Disney Plus, and they can just sit in the cinema room, you know, sit in their lounge with some Poundland snacks, and they haven't paid anything. They've only paid for the month of Disney Plus. I think that's what a lot of families maybe will be doing with it. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens with the box office this coming weekend, well, next weekend, and see what it looks like. How many seats have sold? Jim Jam says World of Books has recently had a lot of network stuff in, some quite rare stuff. Oh, awesome! I bet you're filling your boots with that lot, mate, before it sells out. On the Transformers 87. Possibly an error or miscommunication with the people in charge of remastering the film on 4K. Oh, okay. So it's not like CEX put the wrong disc in it or anything. Lee is here. Hello, Lee. Hope you're well. The Good Rockin' Tonight TV show was about Michael St. Gerard. TV was about Michael St. Gerard was a double for Elvis. Oh, okay. I bet if I mention that to my dad, he might know it. He might remember it. Jim Jam says, do you think Marching Powder was a bit outdated? Not really. I thought it was a fun film. There was a lot of people in my screening, that's for sure. I don't, lunchtime on a weekday, I don't normally see that many people in the screening. I think everybody just wanted a bit of Danny Dyer doing his thing, and a lot of swearing as well. No, I thought it was all right. Jim Jam says, "Have you going back to the charity shops?" Yeah, I started that yesterday. I did a couple of charity shops, picked up a couple of bits and pieces. For the Blu-ray hunt tomorrow, I'll be going to Maidstone, just to do all the usual stuff. But on the way back, hopefully I'm going to stop in on Ashford. Because there is a CEX there. There's a steelbook that I want to see if they've still got in stock. I'll look on the CEX, but I don't know what the quality is going to be like. If it's scratched to hell, I'm not going to pick it up. But I'll have a look at it. And also, while I'm in Ashford, there's two fairly big charity shops. I think it's Bernardo's at the top of the hill. They didn't have too much physical media the last time I went in that, but that was probably over a year ago. But there's one in the town by that. I don't know if you remember when I showed the video. It was like a big tank, a big World War II tank. And there's a charity shop by that, and they had like an entire section of physical media against the wall, a whole row of Blu-rays, and there was just like shelf after shelf of box sets. So I haven't been back there since probably last summer. Since the last time we went to Ashford, so I'm going to go and check that one out and see if they've had anything interesting in. So there's a couple of them. Also, I might stop in on the Salvation Army, the Donation Centre Plus in Folkestone on the way back. So I'm going to try and jam in as much as I can tomorrow. Jim Jam says, what's the next drinks challenge? Have they got any new drinks out? I don't know. They need to release some new flavoured drinks. I'll have to see if there's anything that I haven't actually had. A weird Coke flavour or something. I know I haven't done the. Is it Pepsi that came out with two new flavours, like strawberries and cream soda? I think one of them came out with a couple of different flavours. It's not about the size of the sword, it's about the sharpness of the blade. Okay. Jim Jam says, who's your favourite never-ending story character? Gee, Jim Jam and a never-ending story question. Artax. Oh, dear me. Oh, that film. I don't know. I don't know. I like all the characters. I like all the characters. Obviously, some get more screen time than others. Who's your favourite character? Have you got one? The Jack Black action figure is tempting. I don't know the whole thing around this. Why is it so popular, or why is it so valuable, or something? I take it this is from Minecraft, a Minecraft movie. I mean, I've never even played the game, so all I know is it's a lot of square blocks. Lee says, hope you're well. I switched to Wicked off after 20 minutes. It wasn't for us. We lasted the entire film, so I think my dad wanted to leave the cinema, but we ended up getting through it in the end. What's your opinion on Ahsoka, the Acolyte, and Skeleton Crew? As I've not watched them yet. I really enjoyed the Ahsoka. I can't wait for series 2. They've recast Ray Stevenson's character. That's going to be the bloke from Game of Thrones now who's going to play him. Can't remember his name. The Acolyte had promise, but they messed it up. I wouldn't bother with the Acolyte. If you haven't seen them, I wouldn't bother with the Acolyte because it kind of does leave you on a cliffhanger that you think there's going to be another series. And I don't think they could do another series. I think it's the worst rated Star Wars show, I think. Skeleton Crew was brilliant. I loved it. It had that kind of Goonies, Steven Spielberg type of Amblin 80s feel to it, but in a Star Wars show. I can't believe there's not going to be another series of Skeleton Crew. But I hope those characters, we do get to see them in either other shows or maybe a film. Jim Jam says, I enjoyed the series 1,000 Blows. Oh, dear me. Yeah. 1,000 Blows. Oh, that's the new one from the producers, isn't it? Or creators of... yeah, that one. I've forgotten the name of the show now. Peaky Blinders. Yeah. I think Lulu's in it. I think Lulu's in 1,000 Blows. I haven't even seen Peaky Blinders. I got a tattoo of a snake, and when I see you, it grows. Josh says, what Marvel film you excited to see this year? Probably Thunderbolts. It looks a fun film. You know, it's kind of like deviating a little bit away from standard MCU stuff. And it's more of a down-to-earth kind of misfit type of Suicide Squad type film. So I'm looking forward to watching that, actually. Yeah. Oh, Rian's here. He's happy today. Must be some WWEs. There you go. Have you ever thought about opening up your own WWE shop? I'm sure someone will come and rent some stuff off you. Ryan says, what is your favourite Disney film from 2012? Oh, dear me. I don't know. What Disney films came out in 2012? Let's have a look. Disney films from 2012. What we got? John Carter. Actually, I quite enjoyed that film. Well, I suppose Avengers, because that basically comes under it, doesn't it? That comes under Disney. I don't know. There's not much else on there, actually. I think Brave came out. Brave came out in 2012. Yeah. John Carter, The Avengers. There's a lot, 131 films that came out from Disney in 2012. I don't think I'll go through that lot. Did you enjoy the series Ashes to Ashes? Never seen it. Never seen it, mate. Ashes to Ashes. I managed to pick up the Fury Steelbook for £2.50 in a charity shop last week. That's a good steelbook. I like that one. It's got like the tracks on it, you know, the tank tracks. Yeah, I bought that when it first came out. Jim Jones says, how many networks do you own? I think it's only maybe one. And I think it's the film version of that show, of that TV show. I can't remember what it's called. Is it Love Thy Neighbour, the film? I can't remember without looking at the shelf, but I think I only own one network title. Everyone's favourite green ones here. Hello, mate. Oh, dear me. Hopefully we've got a Kermit's Ghost Blu-ray hunt tomorrow. I'm sure Kermit will let us know. Daredevil Born Again, spoilers. Don't read on if you don't want them. I can't see how that's possible. Yeah. That's it. That's weird, but I can't see how that's possible. I won't put it on the screen. Jim Jam says, remember the good old pound shop hunting days? Oh yes, the great Poundland Blu-ray hunt. Oh dear me. Sure, I remember that. And the HMV Blu-ray hunt as well. Well, I went and read all the HMVs. Richard says the Doctor Who, Don, no spoilers, please. Real or fake? So I'll go a lot of comments here is hi Richard, hi Rich, hi Jim Jim, hi Alan. Right, okay. Bronson is Irish. Brosnan is Irish. Of course he is. Why was I thinking he was Welsh? I'm sure there's an actor who played James Bond and he's Welsh. Alexa, what James Bond actor is Welsh?
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Oh, right, okay. Sod you then. Somebody's got to say. Somebody. Oh, God, this is going to drive me nuts. I am sure that there is a James Bond actor that's from Wales. National. What's that? Nationalities of James Bond actors. Okay. Daniel Craig is American. No, he's not. Daniel Craig is English, although it does say American. Sean Connery is British. Scottish. Pierce Brosnan is American Irish. Roger Moore's British. Timothy Dalton's British. George Lazenby's Australian. David Niven is British. Timothy Dalton's British. And Barry Nelson is American. Who the fuck's Barry Nelson? Who's Barry Nelson? Who? I don't know then. Pierce Brosnan is from Drogheda in Ireland. I'm sure there was a Welsh actor that played Bond. God, I can't be thinking of a different film franchise, can I? It's weird. Reggie 19, is that? Dick Van Dyke did a great British accent. Did he? Maybe he could play Bond. Well, he still works out in the gym, apparently. He's nearly 100 years old. I think Theo James would be great as Bond. If you don't know, yeah, I know he is. He's in the Guy Ritchie Netflix show, The Gentleman. And he was also in, what was that short-lived, was it Divergent, the Divergent films? I think he could be Bond. I think he would have to beef up a bit. But yeah, he's a possible choice. He's a possible choice. Jim Jam says, picked up the original Creep Show on DVD for 20p. Nice. Nice. Lorraine, what? Tell Marty to go to your room. That must be a Back to the Future thing. Jim Jam says, thoughts on Neverending Story remake? Unnecessary. Unnecessary. Rare Elliot, do you think The Abyss should have a UK release now? Because ITX have it to stream on it. Yeah, but do they stream it with the rat scene, or has that scene been cut out? What? Then Marty sneak out to meet Zed, Ralph, and chat. What? What? Do you prefer manual or automatic gearbox? Would you ever get hybrid or electric car? Don't you get me started on electric cars, I'm telling you. Oh dear. Right, okay. I've always really had a manual car. One time I had a PT Cruiser that had an automatic gearbox. It wasn't the fastest to pull away because it was a heavy car. But now the amount of times that I have to stop at traffic lights or stop at a roundabout or just stop in traffic, my next car, if I buy another car anytime, it would be an automatic. Yeah, because it's very difficult now to drive with a manual car with the amount of traffic, the amount of silly gits on the road, and the amount of times you're always stopping and starting, traffic light after traffic light, or roundabout, and that kind of thing. So it would definitely be an automatic, my next car. Hybrid is a good idea, because you can use the electric for going around, your towns and things like that, and then you'd use your petrol or your diesel for motorway journeys and stuff like that. Electric, I will never buy an electric car in my life. Never. We've been misled with them. They are dangerous because the batteries have been exploding. Last week, an electric car exploded just outside of Heathrow Airport on the motorway. And it's all about control. It's the government controlling anybody that has an electric car, because you have to connect it up to the software and you have to download new software. Well, they can all of a sudden say, right, we're not giving you heated seats anymore unless you pay £500 a year. And then when they upload the new software, you get it through and it's turned your electric seats off. So, yeah, electric cars are not the way forward. And we're being misled on a lot of it. As for charging, for me here, it's not possible to charge from home because I live in a terraced house. You can't have a cable going across the pavement or looping over. That just wouldn't be feasible. And it's not always guaranteed I can park outside my house. Most times I can't. And I don't want to be having to wait 40 to 45 minutes to charge up a car in a petrol station before doing another journey. I want to drive into a petrol station, spend 5 minutes filling it up, and then get a couple of 100 miles out of it. So, no. Electric cars, Never. Ryan says they go to Jimmy Neutron's. And what is all this? Nicotine blast on July the 11th, 2008. What? I don't get it. What? The name's Unplugged. Butts Unplugged. Rich says Jim Jam moves on TV. I know, just very busy at the moment. We'll do it. I don't know. I think that must be a private chat. Bradshaw. My thoughts exactly. What is going on? What is going on in this chat? Seriously, what is going on? I don't know what's going on. The Lilo and Stitch trailer looks good. I did watch it. I've got to say that I've never seen Lilo and Stitch. Never seen a single episode. I actually thought that Lilo and Stitch were two creatures. I didn't know one was a human. So I've never been interested in the past. So I don't know if I'll even bother going to see it at the cinema. I'll probably just wait for it to come on streaming. I don't know. Jason says, do you still rent and buy films off Google TV and have stored them in a film list collection on your tablet like I do? No. I really don't rent or buy any streaming films unless it's something that I can't get and I just want to rent it just to see what it's like. The new day, one of the previous Daisy Ridley films that came out, Magpie, hasn't really had a release over here, but it has on digital. So I purchased it. I think it was £4.99. I purchased that to have so that I've got it to watch until hopefully some kind of physical release comes out at some point. And also like the Lost documentary, that's not being available over here on any streaming unless you pay for it. So I rented that for a day just to watch that. But I don't buy digital films anymore. I stopped doing that probably a couple of years ago now because I love my stuff on physical. I love having a physical collection. Richard, there you go. Yes. And if anybody wants to really know what it's like to own an electric car, please go and watch the Mac Master on YouTube. He'll show you exactly what it's like with charging and the problems that he has. Nick says, your Blu-ray review of Hellboy, The Crooked Man, was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. When you mentioned the witch and the crooked man, I was in tears. Did I mention the witch? I can't remember that. I probably did. Yeah. That film wasn't good. Unfortunately, it wasn't the Hellboy that I was expecting. And the actor was so forgettable. B90930EN channel. Hi. Hi. Are you doing? How are you doing? I'm doing good, thanks. I can't wait to see Snow White this week. Someone else can't wait to see it. Have you seen Marching Powder, one of my favourite films so far? Yeah, I did watch that. I enjoyed that. And I reviewed it as well. What? Oh, what? Oh, I don't know. It might be best, Ryan, to probably stop typing all that because I'm not going to be reading any of it because I just don't understand it. Are you going to see Novocaine? Yeah, that looks good actually. With is it Jack Quaid. It's Thingy Quaid's son, isn't it? It's Dennis Quaid's son. Yeah, it does look good. Working Man. Working Man. That is that Jason Statham. I think that's that Jason Statham film. That looks okay as well. Have you any problems lately with Paramount Plus after the 7-day trial with them? Well, I did, because I started watching some stuff, and all of a sudden I started getting adverts, and for some reason it's now on an ad plan. I think it's because it's linked with Sky. So, I mean, I never subscribed to Paramount Plus through Sky. I subscribed to it. I signed up for it through a website, through Paramount Plus website. So I don't know how all of a sudden it got linked to Sky. But I'm not paying for it. I think it's included free of charge now with Sky. But the downside is that you get the ads. I've been trying to see the new Dave Bautista film, but my cinema got bad times. Oh, that's the one with Mila Jovovich, isn't it? Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but I saw a poster for that in the cinema yesterday. Sam is here. Hello. How are you? I'm good, thanks. What are your top 5 Pixar movies? All right, okay. Well, I'll do it in favourite order first. So number one has got to be Toy Story, the original Toy Story. It's the film that started everything. Yeah. Number 2. Yeah, I'll be having one of them later on. Number 2, I'm going to say Up. I love Up. Number 3. Number 3, I'm going to say Wally. 4, it's difficult because there are so many good Pixar films. Number 4, oh God, it's difficult to do a top 5. I think possibly number 4 is going to be probably Monsters Inc. And number 5, like Inside Out. It's so difficult, and there's so many really good films that I've left out. Yeah, it's difficult. A top 10 would have been easier, but a top 5 is really difficult. Really difficult. Are you planning to go and see The Sinners? Yes, I am. Yeah, it does look weird, actually. But yeah, it does look good. George is here. Hello, George. Jim Jam says, which 2 actors are underrated in your opinion? Oh, who's very underrated? Who's underrated? God, who's an underrated actor? That is a tricky one. Because a lot of films that I watch are kind of like just big actors, you know. I don't know. I have to think on that one. I can't come out with it straight away. Adrian is here. Hello, mate. Jim Jam says, what's your favourite chocolate? So far as chocolate bar, probably a Whisper. Previous to that was Dark Bounty. Now, apparently Dark Bounty are coming back. They've only been shelved temporarily, but I don't know when they're coming back. I do like white chocolate, even though Lou disputes it and says it's not chocolate. In a way, it's not really. I like dark chocolate. Also, I love American Hershey's. Oh, American Hershey's. So, could eat. Oh, wow. Yeah. I love American Hershey's. But Unplugged says, I don't like what Disney has done to Star Wars. Ba, 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 ba. What? What are they? What do you mean? What have they done to it? What? By just serializing it and doing the Disney Plus shows, you mean? Or making a bit of a mess of the Rise of Skywalker. Thomas is here. Hello, Thomas. And George says, are you picking up Deep Blue Sea? No, I don't think so. Yes, already got it. Plan to watch that sometime, hopefully in the next week. Yes, Kermit's ghost is here. And I should imagine he's got a lovely latte in his hand. Not a sponsor. Kermit says, yes, there is a video tomorrow from me. Brilliant, fantastic. So you've got Kermit tomorrow. You've got me tomorrow. Do we have Jamie? Or is he at work? Dum, da, dum, dum, da. Who knows? Are you enjoying Daredevil Born Again? I've had that question before, haven't I? And I am loving it so far. Can't wait to see the Punisher in it. Yeah, I am really enjoying it. 3 episodes in. Talking of the Punisher, no spoilers, but talking of the Punisher, I actually haven't seen any of the Punisher TV series. I remember him from the previous Daredevil shows, the Netflix ones, but I never got round to watching the Punisher shows. So I'm hoping they don't have too much of what happened in the Punisher shows come over into this, because otherwise I ain't going to know what's going on. Thomas says, have you seen a film called In Time? I don't think I have. Is it the one with Justin Timberlake? I got a funny feeling. Is it Justin Timberlake and the girl that was in Mamma Mia? I've got visions of like a green box, a green Blu-ray box. I might be thinking of something else, but I don't know. Oh no, Butts Unplugged has got to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. Hang on a minute, I got a photo. What have I got? Let's have a look. Yes. Kermit is actually drinking a latte as we speak. Excellent. I finished my cappuccino or my latte, whatever. Oh shit! I haven't. I just spelt it. I just spilt it all over the chair. I thought I finished it. Bugger! I have to mop that up in a minute. The In Time film is with Justin Timberlake. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I was just remembering what the Blu-ray case looked like. Adrian says, I ordered Doctor Who Season 7 Blu-ray box set on Saturday, and I'm looking forward to picking it up. Okay, very cool. I'll tell you what, though, a lot of people seem to be getting rid of the big Doctor Who box sets, you know, the big 50 quid ones that come out, the limited editions. The Canterbury HMV, it's got about 10 of them on the shelf. So I don't know whether it's, you know, people needing the money or just not bothering to watch them. I don't know. And it seems that any CEX I go into, it has quite a few of them. So I don't know. Timothy Dalton is Welsh. Is he really? Alexa, is Timothy Dalton Welsh?
Timothy Dalton is from the United States.
What? Timothy Dalton is from the United States. Alexa, you're dumb.
I'd like to know what went wrong. If you want to give me more details, just say, I have feedback.
I have feedback, Alexa. I have feedback. You don't know shit. Oh, dear me. Gordon's alive. Yeah, oh, yes, it's Kermit's favourite film. Flash Gordon. Yes, he loved that film. In fact, I might just send him every copy of Flash Gordon that's available on Blu-ray so that he can take everything off his shelves and just replace it with rows and rows of Flash Gordon. My next Bond is Henry Cavill. Is he going to be the next, or is he going to be the next Wolverine? Kermit says, not to mention top speed in most cities is now 20 miles an hour. It's hard to get out of second gear. That is true, actually. One thing, though, if you ever come to Ashford in Kent, don't worry, because people drive around the town at 50 miles an hour and go through red lights. Seriously, because it takes so long to get from one side of Ashford to the other, everyone just floors it. And if a light turns red, even when it is red, the car's gone through it. Yes, it's very dangerous to walk or drive in Ashford. George says that Lilo and Stitch is one of the greatest Disney movies of all time. Well, it's not out yet. Are you picking up Anora, the best film of last year, when it comes to 4K? I might rent it first. I actually might rent it for a cheap price and decide whether or not I want to pick it up. I heard somebody called it a snorer. Jason says, I would like to see Every Which Way But Loose and Die Hard with a Vengeance come out on 4K. Yes. And I think that's partly a reason why we don't have a Die Hard 4K box set. I think it's just probably that film that's causing all the others to not get them, because probably different release schedule or promoters or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. No, Paul, no one knows what you're talking about. Distributor, that's what I'm thinking of. What the hell has happened to our good old friend John Travolta? He has not done a movie in years. I remember seeing Grease about 20 times in the cinema when it was first come out. Yeah, I don't think he has done a film in a while, has he? I don't think he has. The only thing with good old John Travolta is that he's gone back down to like the £7.99 crap DVD release. Yes. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Hopefully he'll come out with something. Adrian says, I like a caramel latte myself. Yes. I never actually had a caramel latte. No, I normally have a decaf latte, which is good enough for me. Because I was drinking too much caffeine, basically. And my doctor said, have you ever tried decaf? It brings your blood pressure down and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I have. I do have my gingerbread cream latte at Christmas. In the summer when it gets really hot, I do like a nice iced tea or iced coffee. I tried that actually once. I tried to make that myself with an Azura. It went horribly wrong. Alyssa is here. Hello. What's your favourite comfort film? Comfort film. Yeah, my favourite comfort film. Oh, what do I like? What is your favourite comfort film? Oh, God. That's a tricky question as well. What would you consider a comfort film? Something that makes you comfortable, puts a smile on your face that you can snuggle up with and enjoy watching. God, blimey. I don't know. It might be something from the Pixar range. It might be something like Toy Story. A nice family-friendly orientated film with a good story. Something like that. Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Josh is here. Hello, mate. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Hope you're doing well. My daughter went to a cinema with her school last week to watch Sonic, and she said it kept on freezing, so they had to switch to Musafa instead. How the hell could this happen this day? Don't discredit that that quickly. If you haven't heard the story, Morning Glory. I mean, if you if you haven't heard the story, oh God, I can't even remember what it was. Hang on a minute. It was only about a week ago, and I've bloody forgotten already. Hang on. That's it, Mickey 17. I don't know if you heard the story. I went to go and watch Mickey 17 at my view last week, and I got down there. I'd already booked it. I got down there, and they said the file that they had in to show the film was corrupt. So they had corrupt data, and they were trying to sort it out. And eventually they couldn't get it going, so they had to cancel all performances because the data of the film was corrupt. So I had the option of either having a refund or going and watch another film. That's when I went in to see Marching Powder. I did eventually get to see Mickey 17. But that's the thing that a lot of people don't think of. They don't remember. Films are now streamed. Most films are streamed into cinemas now. Whenever you talk about the cinema and going to watch a film, you still actively think in your head that there's a bloke with a projector replacing the film and doing that sort of thing. So in the projector rooms, where the projectors were, it's probably just dead space, and it's just like an iPad in the corner. And they press go. Yeah. So if the data comes in corrupt, then they obviously can't show the film. So yeah, it's weird how it's gone from this fine art of being a projectionist, lining up all these films, putting all the reels in, splicing them, lining up the sound so that it goes, with the picture. And it's just come down to pressing a couple of buttons now. It's weird. But that's how we get such good picture quality and good sound. We don't get all the little blemishes on the screen and hairs and hiccups and stuff like that anymore. But yeah, a lot of people don't think that films are actually streamed to cinemas. They still think they're actually projected, unless of course you go to like the BFI, I think in London, where I think that is projected, because I've seen pictures of the projector room. Josh says, bought a movie on a Posh Snob label today. Was Wes Anderson's Steve Zissou. Oh, had a CEX voucher, so only had to pay £1 for it. Steve Zissou. Is that? Oh God, that's is that Bill Murray? Is that Bill Murray? Am I thinking of the right one? I think I might be thinking of the right one. I'm not sure. Adrian says, "What are you having for your Sunday dinner?" Well, we've already had it. We had it a couple of hours ago. Normally we would have a roast dinner, but we went out to dinner yesterday to Toby Carvery, me, my dad, and about 17 other people to celebrate Dad's 80th birthday. So we had a big roast yesterday, so there's no big roast today. So I just ordered like a chicken burger or something, like a bit of a KFC. We had some chips and like a KFC burger today. So that's because we had quite a large meal yesterday. we think we'll just keep it light today. Yeah, you know what light is with me. Like a 10-course meal. Trekanaut says Danny Dyer pint foamed not flat and throw in some bork scratchings, mate. Kermit says I love Flash Gordon as much as you love cats. That sounds about right. Yeah, or 50 Shades. George says I mean the original from 2002. I think I've missed. I don't know. What's the original from 2002? I can't remember what the beginning of the question was. Adrian wants to know, Kermit, have you seen Krull? And Kermit says, I have. I actually haven't. I do have it in the collection, but I've not seen it. Richard's got to go to work. Thanks, mate, for popping along. Bye, everyone, he says. What's that? Format Wars Survivor. Format Wars Survivor. Oh, okay. Do you think it's about time Shyamalan's The Village got an HD release? Give us a 4K. Give us a 4K for fork's sake. Yeah, it's the only one in my entire Shyamalan collection that I actually don't have a Blu-ray for. Well, actually, I have a knockoff Blu-ray of it. So I have a bootleg. It's actually a pretty good bloody picture quality on it. Yeah, near 4K, near HD quality. But it will do until the real thing comes along. But it definitely does need a proper official release. We might get it. We might get a proper release. You never know. You know, we've had stuff come out like The Abyss, and we've had Aliens, and we've had some other stuff. We've had a 4K of Sixth Sense and Signs. So you never know what might come out in the next year or so. Matthew says, hello, Matthew. How do you eat your Cadbury's cream egg? Do you know what? I haven't had a Cadbury's cream egg in quite a long time. I think because they changed the format of it, didn't they? They became smaller, and I think it doesn't taste like a Cadbury's cream egg. It tastes weirder now. I think it's too sweet now. So, yeah, I haven't had a Cadbury's cream egg in a very long time. Mama Bowman, she always wanted a full-size Easter egg, but with all the Cadbury's cream egg stuff in it, so she could just dip a spoon in and just... Yeah. Sickly. Oh. Just said, I enjoyed Mickey 17, but didn't love it as much as I hoped. It's still a bong hit. But it's not a classic like Parasite. Yeah, I thought it was good. It was entertaining. Pattinson was really good in it. I think he was the best thing. Just the different Mickeys sometimes, you know, interacting with each other. You didn't like the Electric State, though, did you? I think you did a review for the Electric State. I'm pretty sure. George says the Deep Blue Sea 4K I meant. That is the Deep Blue Sea 4K that I showed you just now, yeah. Shane is here. Hello, Shane. Do you think it's time Shyamalan's Village got an HD release? Oh, deja vu. I'll leave that one then. Wrestle Sis, hello. Talking about cars earlier, what solutions do you have if other people's cars are always hanging halfway over your driveway or entrance? Because it's bloody annoying. I don't have any solution for that because it never happens to me because I live on a terrace street. I don't know. Chop the front of the cars off. Could do. E-Track says, happy late birthday to your dad. Treat him to a movie night. I'll tell him. Movie night? I don't think so. Normally, if I put something on downstairs, he's asleep within half hour. Yes, we'll see. Trekanaut, Marvel or DC and favourite superhero? I would go with Marvel. I know Marvel have had their problems and they've had a lot of duds, but they've still had some fantastic films since it started. Even though I do like a lot of DC stuff, superhero would have to be Superman. Favorite superhero film would definitely have to be the original Superman with Christopher Reeve. Trekanaut says DC Superman. Yeah. I mean, so far as a Marvel superhero, who's my favorite Marvel superhero? I probably Thor. I think just Chris Hemsworth just did a good job with it. Especially the early ones. The Hulk was good, but then it went too. Then they made the wrong move. If they need to bring the Hulk back, but they need to put him back angry Hulk, not this sophisticated bloody Hulk wearing a pair of glasses and signing autographs. Get rid of that shit, but bring back the proper Hulk. So some people, when I say to some people, who's your favourite superhero of all time, a lot of people say Batman. What's your superpower? He's rich. Oh dear. If there was Blockbuster still around, would you still rent movies or not? I would still go to a Blockbuster. I definitely would still go to a Blockbuster, even though I have like walls and walls full of physical media and streaming. If I wanted to stream a movie, it was the experience. It's the experience of going and strolling and browsing through everything in the shop, picking up some snacks, picking up a movie or two. I'd obviously pick up stuff that I haven't seen or I don't own in the collection, but I would definitely make a journey to Blockbuster. Adrian says, what was your very first movie you saw in cinema? I mentioned that earlier on. That's the original Snow White. My mum took me when I was about 3 years old. Unfortunately, I don't remember it. Obviously being too young, or I probably fell asleep. Either that or I was sucking on her nipple. I don't know. What, at 3? I don't know. The first film I think I remember in cinemas was the original Star Wars. So I was 7, 6. I was 6. I think I was 6. Daniel's here. Hello. Have you seen Adolescence? Yeah, Adolescence. Have you seen Adolescence? Have I seen Adolescence? No, I don't think so. I'll get that word right in a minute. Adolescence. No, I don't think I have. E-Track says Wolverine all the way for me. Jers Lounge. Hello. Hope all is good. Yeah, all good. Thank you very much. What's this, Professor Griswold? Just come over from movies with James stream. What? Movies with James is streaming the same time as I'm doing a stream? Bloody cheek. What's the better stream? Probably James. Yeah, everything's good, thanks. Oh shit, I didn't realise that he was doing a stream at the same time. Maybe I'll pop over there. I think we're at the bottom of the comments, so I might wrap it up in a minute. I know it's not Christmas yet, but I might wrap it up in a minute. We've been on a good an hour and 45 minutes, and I don't want to stretch it out so that it gets to the point where there's no comments and I have shit all to talk about. Yes. A couple more comments have come in. We'll see if we can wrap it up till 6 o'clock. So if you want to get any last comments in, shove them in. Pardon. Andy says, my next car will probably be an automatic, but not sure whether to go petrol or diesel or even hybrid. What would you do? Yeah, automatic. Well, they're trying to phase diesel out, aren't they? I mean, my car's a diesel, but it's an eco diesel. So I get away with £35 for tax because it's clean diesel. It would probably be an automatic hybrid. It will probably or maybe be an automatic hybrid. Probably. Adolescence is a new series on Netflix that's been filmed in one take each episode. Okay. Oh, yeah. It checks in the post. Got to go now. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Take care. Thank you very much for popping along. Excellent. Okay, I think we'll wrap it up now. Yeah, let's wrap it up. It's not Christmas yet. Anyway, thanks everyone for popping along and getting your questions in. I still have no idea what Ryan was talking about with all his comments. If anybody knows, please let me know, because I have no idea. It's getting dark, you know. I should have put the bloody light on. Yeah, I've only got me red lights here to keep me company. Hang on, let's have a look. There they are. Yeah. So hope you all had a bit of a fun here, and I did, and I'll see you on the next video very soon. I do have a video coming up at 6 o'clock. It's basically some unboxings, but if you've been there at the beginning of the live stream, then you would have seen them. But there will be a Blu-ray hunt hopefully tomorrow evening as well. So until the next video, bye bye everybody, have a good week, and I'll see you again soon.